This town's only big enough for the two of us, but luckily we've only got 2 guns, plus insert number of other guns employed onto the field. Oh yes, welcome to the video. We are doing 2 Megapops today with the double gun upgrade tier 3 bottom path upgrade of the engineer. Also, we're going to need a lot of DACA today, and if you're going to say that we have enough DACA onto the field, then I really don't know what to say. There's no such thing as enough DACA. If you think we have enough DACA, then you're wrong. There's always room for more DACA. Man, I love the orcs from Warhammer 40k. Right, we've got Geraldo onto the field here because we're going to desperately need his items. And just a little bit of a precaution. When you get oversized nails, which we actually need for double gun, you cannot put down the sharpening stone onto the engineer, which is something that we would really love to have additional PS, because we essentially do not have a lot of PS to have on a 203 engineer. Round 10 is going swimmingly well. Let us divide some of these backmost blue balloons so that we can go through this scenario with a little bit more leeway. There we... Santa red balloon, how dare you? Here we go, put you back onto first for a little bit, but we do need to keep an eye on these blue balloons so that we don't get swarmed by them. But this is not going well so far, but hopefully this should be a bit... Actually, I'm going to put you on last so that you're always firing down there. That should be good. Okay, yellow balloons. The deadliest of all the specimens, although we are wearing a yellow hard hat, so maybe it's a bit of a hypocritical thing to keep on going about. Now, in update 46, the double gun upgrade has been given an interesting change if you deploy down sentry guns. Now, when you get double gun, any sentries which are freshly deployed out by the double gun engineer will have sentries that shoots out 2 nails rather than 1. I don't know why I said rather with a W rather than R, but essentially getting 2 nails each time, and each nail is buffed independently. So if you have pickles equipped to your engineer, then each nail is independently buffed. So essentially getting 2 for the price of 1. We're going to keep at faster engineering with the pin because we're going to need another engineer for A, for removing the camo status, and B, for dealing with the early leads in this scenario. But it's just a matter of trying to get you pixel perfect so that you don't do any more steals when you get to that point. I think we should be able to reach over there with our foam. Even though we're obviously out of range, the foam has an AoE. Now this entire run pivots if we can actually reach over there, but not really because we could just put the foam over here. But I would like for it to reach over there, to be honest, so... let's put you over here and see if we can reach over there. We should be able to reach over there. We should. There we go. We have reached over there. It's got a small AoE, but it's definitely necessary. Also, for regrow rounds, it's going to be very nice to have the cleansing foam over there, just so it takes a little bit of weight off of our backs. And this is the most amount in which we're going to upgrade this engineer. Can you get the 2 Megapops achievement with the final upgrade costing 485? Am I bizarre or am I not bizarre? Round 28, the cleansing foam has a very nice purpose to it. That is, it can remove the lead layer from non-Moab class balloons. Let's try and get an MIB online as quickly as possible, but I do want 2 villages. Number 1 to benefit our glue gunners when we have them on the track, and the other one is obviously going to benefit everything around this radius, especially with this engineer over here. Thank you very much. Okay, so hopefully nothing can escape my decamo purpose over here. Looking at this village, it's just not reaching our engineer over here. So when we go to radar scanner, it won't be able to affect this particular engineer. So we're going to have our radar scanner on this particular one, which I don't really want to do, because I want the radar scanner to reach as much over here as possible to have a bit more flexibility with our Moab glue gunner later later on. Here we go. They're going down. Excellent. Just what we want to see. And now the camo white balloons are going to meet the same freighters via the lead layer. Right, let's get that radar scanner and also get jungle drums as well. I'm going to keep the foam over here for the time being until we can get the MIB up and running. But then again, are we going to run into any more lead rounds? Probably not, but we'll just see. Okay, with you now on the field, we're going to have ourselves some pickles so we can actually destroy this thing. Because from testing, it does pop it, but then the insides escape. Which is not what you call a good time, if you were to ask me. Here we go. That goes down, and then everything else should follow alongside it. Excellent. Regrows removed. Camo removed. Well, the camo is not as important now. Here we go. MIB is online, which means we can safely put the foam up here because now we can actually pop lead balloons with our engineer and sentries. So as you can tell, each of the sentries are now firing 2 nails rather than 1. Oh, this is looking very dicey here, but I don't want to use another pickles unless I really have to. So like, probably round 49 is going to be the round in which I need to put another one down because of the huge amount of balloons on that round. Fortified ceramics are a little bit of a challenge, but not enough of a challenge for us. Although round 47 could be very interesting. See with this engineer here, we can put a sharpening stone on this engineer because it doesn't have the oversized nail. So if we were to get oversized nails, we wouldn't be able to put sharpening stone on it because its damage type has been changed from sharp to shatter, which means it's no longer sharpenable. I want to put you as north as possible while also still having the ×2 discount. I think that's going to have to do. I want to glue some of these ceramics so that then they can travel slower, which means we are able to pop them more likely. Yeah, that looks very good, very good, very good. Some crowd control going on there. I'm not too sure what else to define these towers that slow down balloons for you. Alongside like Absolute Zero and Balloon Sabo, controlling the crowd of balloons. And here is Moab glue. Sometimes having these lone red balloons just slowly making their way to certain doom is very nice when you have a load of abilities that are still on cooldown. Okay, round 49. I'm going to put the foam back over here just so that we don't have a explosion of regrow balloons going out of control. I won't be able to stop all of the regrows from being de-regrowed, but it should help with some of them. Ooh, they're making their way very far onto the track, which is not good. I think it's time to employ both the Jerry's Fire and the Pickles. Yeah, that's much better. I don't have a ceramic issue with the combination of these two. Probably could have gotten away with just one or the other, but I just want to be safe by having both. Moab class balloon, no issue. Now, it's making it this far onto the track, which you would think is a huge problem later on. But later on, we'll be having many other things on the track that will help us out when it comes to additional damage and reducing their movement speed, freezing them in place. Well, I think before that, an overclock will do, because not only will it increase the attack speed of the engineer, it also increases the production rate of the sentry guns themselves. What's nice about Pickles is that they also carry over to the sentries, which means this is one of those upgrades that affects the sub-towers of that tower as well. If only Jerry's Fire also done the same thing, then this thing could have many more 2 Megapop entries, not just one that was created in version 31, when Geraldo was at his high, sorry. Right, our means of Pickles and Fire ran out, so we have to employ them again. Now inflation has hit Geraldo, these are going to cost even more than usual. Okay, we can now buy overclock there. I don't know where I was going with that, but we now have the means of doing even more damage, which is brilliant. Even more Daka. Although I don't think orcs would be satisfied with just a pee-wee little nail gun at their disposal. Maybe if they were oversized, then that would be better. But they want even more Daka. When you don't think you have enough Daka, bring even more Daka. Round 59, we won't need either of the pickles or the fire for this round. But as soon as these leads go away, I'm going to start removing the regrows off of these ceramics. Not all of them because of the leads over there, but I think hopefully we'll just stick with 44 steels with our overclock engineer up here. Also, it's time for our glue strike to hit the field for that +2 damage from every projectile, which is going to add up for a tower, which doesn't have a lot of damage to begin with. Obviously, the more base damage a tower has with its current upgrades and statistics, the more that it has, the less viable that glue strike actually has on it, just because of the return value being not as much. But if you only have 1 damage per projectile, then having that +2 is very big. Back you go, cleansing foam. We've got a whole load of zebras to try and minimize their regrow population. How about doing it when both of the fortified Moabs are out? I think that's the best choice with our glue strike rather than just the majority of them. And there we go, that +2 damage is certainly taken into effect. Okay, let's use glue strike on the first one. Then with the second load, we're going to, well, we can't use that at the moment, but the third lot we'll definitely use it for, just like that. A very easy round 63, if you ask me. Now, how about round 64? Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good if you ask me. Just a shame that it costs 860 just to reinstate ourselves with the power that we had from the previous round. When I say that the 90s are probably going to be more than half of this video, I'm not joking. Here's the game plan. We're going to get call to arms, and as much as I would like homeland defense, we don't have any crowd control aside from our glue gunner over here to be able to help when it comes to slowing down the Megapops splits. So we're just going to have to settle with call to arms, which will also benefit with the production speed of the sentries, mind you. But balloon sabos and absolute zero are very core components when it comes to slowing down especially like the Megapops balloons, enough so that you can actually handle everything, especially when you have a weaker tower like the double gun. Just the BFB left and round 68 will be sorted. And there we go. Now, there are other means to increase the pierce of our double gun engineer here, but that method would involve a load of steels though, which is not optionable, to be honest. It's not an option that we can actually go down. That is a fair bit of damage in which our tier 3 engineer is performing. Like, sometimes thousands of damage every second. That's thousands of damage every second on fast forward. And now, call to arms. Speaking of playing with fast forward enabled on doesn't make any sense. It's like saying sword on shotgun. Sword off? Sword on? Nah, that doesn't make any sense. Once again, another application of these items, because Joey's fire used to last for 10 rounds before it gets buffed when Geraldo gets to level... Isn't it 14? God's sake, it's level 16. What's nice is that the engineer is only deploying sentries within this small area over here, which is what I would prefer rather than you going outside of the box. Literally. Very big round here. Another glue strike. I'd rather have used it on the next round, but beggars can't be choosers. Put you over there, and then hopefully... Ooh, nice going. Okay, we can do this. Call to arms and glue strike. More damage, and take you all out. Just like that. AC is nice to have during the summer. During the winter... Nah, I'd rather just have the heater on, for goodness sakes, and Joe's fire is going to be more than adequate for that. What's really cool is that with the Arctic wind, snowstorm, and absolute zero, in this position it can't attack any balloons just because of the line of sight being blocked, but the aura, the slow aura that it produces can bypass the line of sight. So you're getting the, you see that right there, they're going even slower than usual, and then when they exit the range of the, well, in this case snowstorm, they go a little bit faster. Quarter arms and glue strike right about now. My god, look at all of these ceramics going down like flies. Okay, with you though, we're gonna need some foam for round 79. Otherwise, we're going to have a regrow problem on this round. Again, it won't remove the regrow property off of all of the rainbows, but it will contribute a good amount. Yeah, this is going brilliantly. I love the extra nail that fires out of the sentries when you go up to double gun. That's pretty cool. Although fortified BFBs are now our newest, most powerful foe to try and destroy. But the good thing about double gun with faster engineering is that we do have a lot of single target damage, but we just can't distribute that damage very well when it comes to a huge amount of balloons. It's like they all just sail through. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And there goes the round. Now it's ZOMG time. Now let's give you and your sentries more range, which is going to be very important because now our sentries on the left hand side are able to hit any Moab class balloons on this side of the track. That's a lot of Moabs, but we have a lot of damage, and some of them being glued back is very nice just so that we can disperse the pierce across the track. But we don't have our quarter armors round 81 if we do fail this round. Not cool. Get it? Cool. What, you don't like my joke? What are you, the Grinch? I would like the absolute zero next, but considering what we're up against here, I'm not too sure if that's going to be a possibility if we need to go... Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We have it in the... oh my god, look how far they went. Not ideal. Although we can break these up a bit better because there are fortified ones here. And we can now do fortified... When do you do fortified bonus damage? Oh, it's the next level alongside the better Jerry's Pickles. I mean, Jerry's Fire. Jerry's Pickles. Geraldo's Pickles... I suppose it does make sense. Used to saying Jerry's Fire, but never really heard Jerry's Pickles before. We're nearly there to the absolute zero, but we do have a little bit of a problem on our hands here. In the form of fortified Moabs. Yeah, it's going to come down to timing of our abilities, because this right here doesn't seem to be a lot of fun. Let's do a bit of tickle damage on these fortified BFBs at the back of the track by having you on strong temporarily. And then hopefully later on we'll be able to deal with them a bit more easily. Although the only downside is that these normal BFBs are going to be a bit harder. Don't really want to use the snowstorm ability, but I think we might have to at some point before it goes to AZ. Yeah, this is not looking very good again. Oh dear, 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 dear. Oh dear. This is going to be very tight otherwise. Oh, they're all down. Oh my god, these are no joke. These super fortified ceramics are no joke. But they are no joke anymore. And let's get AZ. 83 should be pretty easy here. Only the Moabs are the threat, but everything else can be dealt with ease. Right, let's start using the AZ now in order to control the flow of the balloons here, and hopefully we'll be able to actually get through this to the other side with our heads still intact. Right, just the BFBs left to deal with along with their insides, and the absolute zero ability is making it far easier to control the Moabs over here and have it so that then we can actually pop them while they're in place. And because we have oversized nail for one, but just having the MIB in general just means that we can go through any kind of material without a problem whatsoever. Right, round 85, we have the upgraded Pickles and Jerry's Fire, both very good for our endeavors here against these behemoths. Whoa, you're kind of... What happened to you? Why are you slower than the other one? I don't know. Right, it's time for the ninjas to come onto the field. Another form of slowdown. I learned during my time with Team Megapops and people advising me that you can actually put up to 3 towers here. If you can space them out enough, you're able to squeeze in 2 smaller towers, which their footprints are pretty small, in order to be here. And for the most part, they're able to not be able to attack, aside from bunched up ZOMGs, which, well, when you bunch up a bunch of ZOMGs, it does increase each other's ZOMG's hitboxes. While it's ideal to pop them all, sometimes trying to pop them all too quickly will lead to catastrophic consequences because they're all too much PS needed. And as you can see right here, sometimes we might get overwhelmed. There we go, those 2 there, and the bug in this game is still there when it comes to any other kind of glue trying to override the glue strike abilities glue. Although people say that it's like a priority sort of thing, that certain kind of glues take priority over other glues. So for example, this last BFB here, it wasn't able to be glued by the Merv glue gunner, but when the glue strike ability's effect ends, then it's able to apply it. It's really bizarre. Don't ask me. Now, I'm expecting there to be several thousands stolen by the Absolute Zero, and that's perfectly okay, because the only things in which I'm going to be really worried about when it comes to steals are the Absolute Zero for one. This can stay as it is, so we don't have to worry about that. There might be some last resort old nails at the back of a track just to deal with the loose ceramic that could escape, which I don't want to do, but that might just have to be the case. No double gun engineer, this is still not enough DACA. We need even more DACA if we're going to go through this tale of you getting 2 million pops. Don't ever tell War Boss that we have enough DACA, otherwise he will clobber you. Keep on going, just one more of these flying behemoths and then we are sorted. Get you down to there and we can use our balloon sabo on all of yous. It's just a shame that when you downscale, the balloon sabo effect is taken away from you. Which makes no sense since it's a global ability. Then again, the Ascended Shadow Paragon does have a permanent Grand Saboteur effect, including balloons which have been downsized, which is nice. Right, that's everything that is not a ZOMG. Now, well, these 2. It's like round 85, but obviously a little bit beefier. Right, let's get you all down to Moabs. Majority of them are Moabs, which is fine. Have a little bit of a break when it comes to the chaos. And there is definitely a lot of chaos. Speaking of chaos, if you're into the blood god Corn, there's a really cute meme going around of a hippo called Mudane, and it's like Corn does not care from where the blood flows, and it's just a really adorable hippo just having its like little mouth across someone's leg, I think it is, but it's like pretty cute but also absolutely hilarious. I can imagine Corn in the background going, yes, yes. Now, what's really odd about the faction of Chaos is that not every single part of it, I know it sounds crazy, it's not inherently evil. Like, for example, the god Corn, he won't ever do anything deceitful towards you, like the god of Zinch would. No, Corn is about that you're going to be stabbed from the front, whereas Zinch is like, I'm going to stab you in the back. Corn is, like, honorable, righteous, will always never fool you or lie to you or anything like that. That's just not his shtick. He doesn't like deceit. So there's a good side and a bad side to everything, regardless of how dark or heinous something is. There's always a good side and a bad side to everything, even if that good side is not visible, or just the negatives outweigh the positives so much that they're not really that reflective. Round 90 and the DDTs inhabit this round. There they go. Right, these goddamn super fortified ceramics, for goodness sakes, there can only be room in this, well, these swamps for one of us. This is the easiest map in the game. but also the map where Shrek resides. Actually, no, it was at Bloonarius Prime. Is this map connected to Bloonarius Prime? What are you doing in either one of Miss Swamp's? Shrek is a top 5 franchise of all time. You cannot beat Shrek. Actually, Mudane can be the beast handler Paragon. Oh, this round's going very slow. The 90s are gonna go incredibly slowly, and there's nothing I can do about that besides just hold my... Oh my god! Pink balloon alert. Okay, let's run it back. Also forgot our potion of the invisibility. This seems a bit better this time around. We're not breaking these BFBs down as quickly, which is kind of good. Okay, I'll take that back. This last lot, sorry, is going to be very painful. Although some of them are not mono glued, which is kind of nice. But look at how many Merbs are still left. And this is, by the way, under the quarter arms. Oh, let's use the balloon sabo. Gonna need all that slowdown in which we can possibly muster. And hopefully round 91 is sorted. Let's use another one. And another one. And another. I'm gonna say something rather bizarre. These fortified Moabs are not a problem. The ZMGs, on the other hand, are a completely different story. Quarter arms, I need you. My wonderful temporary buff that I wish was permanent. Use quarter arms. Every time you activate it, another 50% increase to the speed and buff of all affected towers are applied permanently. So yeah, let's keep on using episode 0 and the Moa glue and all that, just to make each round even longer. Imagine if update 47 comes out and that is like an actual bug in the game where every time you use quarter arms, every tower effect is on the screen. It's actually a permanent upgrade slash bug. What are you talking about? It's upgrade. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Just like when Relentless Glue used to also be able to affect BFBs and ZMGs. That was brilliant. But then Ninja Kiri took that away from us. And Relentless Glue is still pretty good to this day. It's just a fact that it keeps getting more expensive though. Or its subsequent upgrades keeps getting more expensive. I like this. Just a few balloons at the very back of the map here. Just to make the end of a round a little bit more bearable. Okay, some of them popped. Excellent. Bite-size opportunities here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, do we need to use any... How did you get popped? Maybe it was a flame, maybe a loose nail hit you at the back there, but how on earth did you... I know how that got popped. But the others, don't ask me. And with that, round 92 is done. I don't want to say that too soon, just in case one of those ceramics was just somehow super buffed. Even if Ninja Kiri doesn't design the Beast Handler Paragon on behalf of Mudane, I'm just going to put down a Beast Handler. That Beast Handler is going to become a Beast Handler Paragon, and I'm just going to give that Beast Handler Paragon's nickname Mudane. Speaking of Beast Handler, I need to do a video on you at some point. I've already done like all the different kind of Megapop scenarios with this, but it's become far more powerful and it can reach far more as well when it comes to its range. Absolutely absurd. Also, 4th balloon Sabo is in place, so let's now go towards our Relentless Glue and all that, and hopefully that will be able to aid us in our endeavors, because the next round is going to be the first oh crap, that is a lot of balloons on the screen round. If it wasn't for the buff to the sentries when it comes to having the double gun upgrade, like, even getting to this point would probably be impossible. Rest of round 93, done and dusted. Gosh, those ceramics took a long while to take down. Hopefully we'll get the Relentless Glue on this round, and then we can start the stunnage. Just like one of Etienne's targeting options. Divide and conquer. When a round takes multiple minutes to try and complete, you know that you have a very weak tower that you're going for 2 Megapops with. Why did I think that this was a good idea? Well, it was because of the buff to the sentries from having double gun. That's probably like the only reason why I want to try and pursue this particular tower. These Moabs are getting very close, and that backmost vein over there is getting very... Okay, we need call to arms, we need call to arms, we need call to arms. Please be popped, frontmost Moabs, while we still have call to arms active. I know this 2 Megapops is really carried by Geraldo items, but a lot of these scenarios requires Geraldo and his items. Also, we can now get Relentless Glue, which is very, very nice. Gives you a little bit more time in order to defeat everything. Okay, the ZMGs are going down here. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'd rather if you popped like 1 or 2 ZMGs at a time rather than nearly all of them. And hopefully we will not have a Pierce Cap crisis. War Boss Flare Balloons. No, that just sounds like kind of a poor name and it has too many syllables. Although Ulrich Gaz Ulrich Mark Frocker definitely has too many syllables to it. And if you know who that is the Orc. Like, that is the Orc of the entire Orcs race. Just like I am the maniac that tries these 2 Megapop scenarios with the most absurd and weak towers. But we're here for the fun of it, and you're here for the enjoyment and the ride. Now with that, the rest of this round should be pretty cool, pretty okay to deal with, but I might be speaking too soon. There we go, 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 once, twice, and round 94 is sold. Jerry's Fire needed. While we could benefit from the additional camera damage, we're not going to do that. DDT territory. This is going to be very interesting. Although, because of the purple balloons and lead balloons, it did help clump up some of these DDTs together, which means that popping them is going to be a little bit easier. A little bit easier. Oh gosh, I love these sabos. Slowing down these DDTs is just an absolute necessity, and the absolute zero, freezing them in place. We do need the cold snap so that actually affects DDTs. And camos. To think that a 380 cost upgrade can have such a profound effect on a 2 Megapops run. It's so genius! And that should be the remaining DDTs, but we keep being Pierce capped. Oh my god, I was actually kind of concerned about that last DDT there. I'm not going to lie. But that is our first attempt at round 95. We should be able to do the rest of this. We should be able to do the rest of this, although that is a lot of fortified Moabs there in a confined space. Ooh, very interesting to say the least. Let's use a Sabo on all of you. This is not looking particularly good. I wish I didn't use that call to arms, but I'm gonna have to. Oh, you're not being Moab glued, and oh no, I was speaking too soon. That's not our first attempt. At least our second attempt will be achievable. Let's be on strong actually, so we can deal with the rest of these fortified Moabs a bit more easily. Sorry for the bug there. This right now is what we call so much fun. It's so much fun. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try and do this round again, and Geraldo still stole a fair few pops. Only 4. Oh my god, it's a miracle. No, it's not a miracle. They both had 44 steals each, but now we have more. So anyways, round 96. How are we going to achieve this round? Let's try and do it without putting down a idol at all. You know, Jerry's idols, in order to occasionally stall them in place or chuck them back. No. We're going to do this idolless. And then round 98, we're going to have in total 8 idols and 4 rejuve potions, because when you get to round 98 you're going to be just below level 20, and that's what we want, for Geraldo to be just below level 20, so then we can double up on the most important assets in order to make this even remotely possible for round 98. Right, Grinch does have 3.6k steals, but that is to be expected. Oh my god, we don't even have pickles on our engineer here. That's probably why we're not doing as much damage. If we need to restart this round, then it's definitely because we didn't have the damage We didn't have the pickles. Demassivization of allowing you to pop frozen balloons. You're kind of ruining my vibe here. So what are we going to spend the rest of our money on? One of them is going to be a spike factory for around 100. And the second thing is going to be idols, rejuve potions, any more items like pickles and Jerry's fire, which we need. All of the stuff that enables us to get through this round, although things are not looking good, and all of the BFBs have been downscaled to Moas, which means they will be very fast. Very fast. And my Jerry's fire is literally useless because it's hovering over these Moabs. Not cool, bruh. That is a not cool moment. And this is a not cool moment. Oh, that's gonna be too much. Oh, don't like that at all. Not one bit. Dear Santa, for this Christmas, can I get 2 Megapops with a double gun? With even more guns, please? But I forgot putting the word gun in my Santa letter is gonna make me a naughty boy. Otherwise, this is gonna be a very violent night. A funny Santa movie, by the way. Right, that's the BFBs taken care of. But that's not the main threat of the round. More like they were the distraction of the round. Right, I hope this time is better, but I know from previous experiences by talking too soon, I'm going to end up in an apocalyptic scenario where we'll definitely die to a yellow balloon. That's the one, that's the one, that's the one. I have an idea in my head as like to create a second channel where I just upload like the unedited, no commentary, like full VOD of all of these like 2 Megapops. I don't have all of them, but like ones in the future I could probably do that if people are interested, but I'm more of a mindset that I would rather just have the final product as it is rather than just having a whole load of footage, which is very, very uninteresting, which just shows like the process of how to do one of these sort of things. Oh my god, a yellow balloon would have escaped. The prophecy is true. Here we go, the last lot there. Freeze those and do the glue strike, and that is it. Excellent. Okay, let's put these over here and we're on our way. Now, believe it or not, this is going to be a very easy round because we do have a lot of single target damage. Single target damage. Right, engineer, we still don't have enough DACA on the field. Do you know what's coming up? We've got round 98 next, and we're going to need a huge amount of DACA to go through that round. The most amount of DACA that you have ever produced in your temporary life as a bit of code within the game. I know that sounds very sad. It's like these monkeys are nothing but code. But it is true though, this is a game with monkeys. This particular one is having nail guns. That's the first ZOMG pops. Yeah, there we go. Now the second one. Okay, let's downgrade you to fortified Moabs, and then I'm gonna do the old absolute zero freezer-rooney. You took your sweet time there, and now we've got almost no effectiveness from our ability here. Alright, let's not use any more abilities, and hopefully we can just clear this up. Don't need to use anything else, do I? Nah, you've got the level 19 invisibility potion, so you're fine. You're absolutely fine. We'll do another Sabo, though. Yeah, that was needed. Okay, now the big round here.
Guaranteed to get the job done.
Oh, that is quite a lot of steals though, but that is kind of necessary for our survival here. Sorry. Sorry for that long unedited bit, but I think I really needed that little bit of silence to concentrate on what's going on here. Ooh, yeah, this is done. This is definitely done. Come on, last ones. Yes! Got first try round 98. Bloody hell, I've never really done that before. Holy Christ, that was so good. Okay. 10k steals. That's pretty good, actually. That's only about 10k steals. You got 235. You have... Oh, you both have 0. Pretty good. Okay. Fortified DETs. You expect to be incredibly difficult. No, they're not difficult at all. They're not difficult at all. Again, we've got very good single target damage here. This is pretty good. And 7 of the 9 are defeated already. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And there we go. Excellent. Sorry for the very long video, everybody, but I'm sure a lot of you are very curious to see like how round 98 performed, and you definitely saw the performance of that. That was pretty good. Pretty good to say the least. We have this in the bags. All of these idols are doing their job brilliantly of delaying the end of the round here. The end of these balloons, though. That is all but certain. Okay, another glue strike shouldn't be hurtful. Balloon Sabo is not hurtful at all because they can't affect the bat at all. So what else can we do here? Nothing really. Nothing else that we could do that doesn't really hurt our performance here. So, 1,960. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. We should be in contention for getting the 2 million buckaroonies. I wish I had 2 million buckaroonies. I barely have, well, a certain number of that. Okay, this is getting ridiculous now. All of these will disappear at some point. Okay, that's okay. Round 100. For goodness sakes, what can we do against this huge target here? Well, let's hope that our Spike Factory can actually do its job. And with a combination of its pickles, sharpening stone, along with call to arms, giving it 50% more pierce, we should be good. Should be very good. Please apply that to you. Thank you very much. And hopefully just one more, but we might need another Spike Storm here. Okay, another one. Yeah, we're doing quite a bit of damage against this thing, so I think just one more is necessary. So yeah, the double shot buff to the sentries, a very good buff to an otherwise a very underperforming tower, but in this case, we have done a lot of Dakar. We have done the orcs very proud this day with all of the Dakar that we have laid down here. Although the idea of these Dakars just disappearing, probably not on the orcs radar. They want something that would constantly work, even though orcs and reliability are like mixing water with oil together, you know, non-existent. But if you believe in something hard enough, it can come true. Just like how orcs make-believe sort of thing, where they're all together, and if they all chant the same thing, then obviously the greater the effect is. So yeah, pretty cool scenario. Not as... honestly, I know that sounds stupid, but not as painful as I thought this was going to be. Even though I did kind of rely on a lot of gimmicks here, which are obviously very well used. Geraldo, for example, is just the gimmick. Ooh, okay, call to arms, call to arms, call to arms. I need the arms. I need even more Dakar. We've got the 2 million buckaroonies. It's just a matter of survival now. Okay, absolute 0. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're there. We have it. We're not going to go to Balloon Trap. There's no need to. And that is it. That is it, and we are rewarded with something that we can't even use in a Chimps game. And there we have it. That is 2 million pops with a 485 money final upgrade. Like, can you believe it? This upgrade getting the 2 Megapops achievement. Can you believe it or not? Although, I think, honestly, because of the double shot thing, also affecting the sentries. It is definitely believable. We did have pickles on the last round, that's why this disappeared. But that is a very absurd scenario, but we have definitely done it. On probably the easiest map, but can you think of another map where this could possibly be done? Probably Cubism, but far less likely. You have far less coverage of the map if you place your little engineer here or over here. Just logs is the most ideal map. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know what you thought of this video down in the comment sections below, and see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.